The Georgia Bulldogs have made a habit out of players getting picked early on in the NFL draft for very good reason.
Both from Georgia.
Back in 2022, the Dogs even broke a record for 15 players picked overall.
Trayvon Walker.
For other teams in the state, that type of number is just about unheard of. But 14 years ago, a select batch of Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets went against the status quo.
Now that you mention it, it is pretty cool and pretty exciting to be a part of something so special and so unique that hasn't been done in a while.
For only the second time since 1979, 2 Tech players were selected in the first round. The late Demaryius Thomas.
Bebe was one of those guys that he wanted to see you succeed more than himself.
And Derek Morgan.
Derek Morgan was another great teammate, smart guy, athletic, very athletic for his size.
Following them were 2 other All-Americans in Jonathan Dwyer and Morgan Burnett, both currently local high school coaches today, who have the same reason why that class was so successful.
And that's pretty much why we went there together. We all had goals for us as a team, and we knew that as a team, if we did what we needed to do, we would have our individual success as well.
And we all had like a tight bond, like a we not me mentality. We all had our personal goals, but we knew that if we do it together, we all can achieve those goals that we set out individually.
Since that 2010 class, Georgia Tech has not had a player drafted in the first round. Both Burnett and Dwyer think Brent Key and the current crop of Yellow Jackets are laying the foundation for more NFL scouts to come knocking on the door at North Avenue, for the same reason that happened for them over a decade ago.
They're headed in the right direction, and just like guys that came before us, they always came back and gave a reaching hand back. And I think we're doing the same thing, and I think Coach Key, he does a great job of reaching out to alums.
Brent Key and what they're doing right now, I hope that eventually, maybe this year, maybe next year, they have one of those prestigious, Georgia Tech draft classes.
And understand what our program stands for, understand the standards, understand the history before us and all the great athletes that came before us.
Right now, that list of drafted players is smaller than what it once was, but those athletes that came before the current crop is also upholding that standard. Guys like Harrison Butker and Darren Waller come to mind. So that draft class like 2010 might be replicated on the flats sooner rather than later. In Atlanta, Miles Garrett, Fox 5 Sports.